Minasan, konnichiwa. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japan YouTube channel. This is a place where we talk about Japan, Japanese culture, and Japanese language. This is the series called Japanese Lessons for Beginners. We are today at lesson 96, and the topic to be discussed today is the yo particle. Particles in Japanese. So, this is our well known table of the 15 Japanese particles. And I'm happy to say that we have covered 14 of the particles so far. And today we are at the 15th particle, which is the yo particle. So before going into the yo particle, why not quickly recap the previous 14 particles? The most common particle is the wa particle, which is basically the topic marker of a sentence. For example, watashi wa sujoi desu. So it follows the topic of the sentence. And in this example that I have just given, watashi wa sujoi desu, the topic coincides with the subject. So here watashi is both the topic and the subject. So in a sentence where both topic and subject are the same, wa particle is used, and along with that ga may also be used. So ga particle and wa particle have very close relationship, while wa is the topic marker which may include the subject, and ga is purely a subject marker. So it gives emphasis on the subject if required, and in a sentence where there is a different topic and a different subject, that means in a sentence where the topic and the subject are different, then the topic will be followed by va particle and the subject will be followed by ga particle. For example, kyo wa ame ga furimasu, that means today it is going to rain. So here kyo or today is the topic and ame is the subject. So ame will be followed by ga particle, and it should be noted that in a sentence where there is va particle as well as ga particle, then ga particle follows the subject which is directly connected with the verb, but the topic may not necessarily be connected with the verb. So these are few differences between the va and the ga particle, and they have a close connection. So they may overlap as well, as we have seen in the chapters that were dedicated to these particles. The third particle is the ka particle, which is basically the interrogation sign that we use in English. So any question ends in ka. O namae wa nan desu ka? Dochira kara desu ka? So this type of interrogations end with ka. Then we have the no particle, which indicates belonging or possession to something, possession of something to something else. So watashi no namae wa Sujaya desu. So my name. So that means the name belongs to me. So this is what this belonging means. Tomodachi no uchi, my friend's house. Chichi no uchi, my father's house, and so on. Then we have the mo particle, which means as well or also. So for example, I say Tomodachi wa Tokyo e ikimasu. That is, my friend is going to Tokyo. And then I say Watashi mo ikimasu. That means I am also going. So mo particle is also. Then we have the o particle, which connects the object with the verb. For example, Mizu o nomimasu. Watashi wa mizu o nomimasu. So in this example, watashi is the subject or the topic which is followed by the wa particle, and mizu is the object, and after that we have the verb. So o particle is connecting the object with the verb. Watashi wa mizu o nomimasu. I am drinking water. Then we have a very important particle ni, which has several roles as we have seen in our lessons. Ni particle is used to indicate the time of an action. For example, watashi wa rokuji ni okimasu. I wake up at 6. Rokuji is 6th hour or 6 o'clock. So it will be followed by the ni particle. Watashi wa rokuji ni okimasu. Watashi wa juji ni nemasu. I sleep at 10. So this is one application of ni particle. Then we have sukue no ue ni denwa ga arimasu, as we have seen. So this means place no position ni noun ga arimasu. So to indicate the position of the object at a certain place, we use this ni particle. Then ni particle is also used to indicate the to connect the purpose, which is a noun, with the motion verb. For example, surini ikimasu. That means I'm going for fishing. Surini ikimasu or saikuringo ni ikimasu. I am going for cycling. So cycling, fishing, these are all purpose and in the noun form, and these are connected with the motion verb ikimasu using this ni particle. So ni particle has some other applications as well, which we will see in due course. And yeah, so almost all these particles have more than one application. So as we move forward in this course, we will keep encountering all of those. So as a beginner, whatever we have learned so far is adequate for the lessons that we have covered so far. Then we have the de particle, which is mainly used to connect the motion verb with the means of transport, or it can also connect a normal verb with the means by which that work is being done. For example, watashi wa enpitsu de kakimasu. That means I write with pencil. So to represent this with, we use the de particle. Enpitsu is pencil, de kakimasu. So I write with pencil. And similarly, if it is a place, then I am going to that place in train. So densha de ikimasu. Watashi wa densha de Tokyo e ikimasu. So this is what this de particle does. Then we have the a particle, which we have already seen in the examples that we have just given. Tokyo e ikimasu, gakko e ikimasu, Indo e ikimasu, Indo, Indo e kaerimasu, Rondon e modorimasu. So all these motion verbs will be connected to the place using this a particle. So the place is connected to the motion verb using a particle, and the means of transport is connected to the motion verb using the de particle, and the purpose of the motion is connected by ni particle to the motion verb. So this is how ni, de and a differs from one another when it is related to the motion verb. Then we have these to and ya particles. Both of these represent and. The difference is that to particle is used when the list is exhaustive, and ya particle is used when the list is non-exhaustive. So that means if the set of things which are connected using this to is a finite list and it is a complete list, then we will use to particle. And if the items in the sentence do not form an exhaustive list, that is, there may be some other entries as well, in that case we use yeah. So let's look at two examples. Suppose I say my shirt has red and blue colors. That means my shirt doesn't have any other color. So this shirt is red and blue. So here we will use the to particle because the list is specific and exhaustive. Watashi no shatsu wa aka to ao no iro ga arimasu. That means my shirt has red and blue colors. So we say aka to ao no iro. That means red and blue colors. Likewise, for ya particle, if we say Venus and Mars are planets. So now there are other planets as well. So the list is not exhaustive. It is a non-exhaustive list. So here we will use the ya particle and we will say Kimboshi ya Kasei wa Waksei desu. Venus and Mars are planets. So this is the difference between to and ya particle. Then we have kara and made, that is from to. So we can say Rokuji kara Juji made, that means from 6 a.m. to from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Or we can say uh, Tokyo kara Osaka made, from Tokyo to Osaka. And in the interrogatory form, it will be Doko kara doko made, from where to where. Or Itsu kara Itsu made, from when to when. or nanji kara nanji made, from what time to what time. So kara made is nothing but from to. And kara has another application as well when it is used for representing because of or due to, which we have seen in the last lesson itself. So atsui kara gakko gakko e ikimasen. I didn't go to school because of heat. Or we can say kyo wa ame da kara gakko e ikimasen. It was raining, so I didn't go to school. Then we have the ne particle, the 14th one, which indicates a confirmation. So a confirmation question, like if I say something and then I ask, am I correct or isn't it? So that kind of meaning is given by the ne particle. So for example, if we say so desne, that means isn't it? Or if we say ashita wa Tanaka-san no tanjobi desne, that means tomorrow is Tanaka-san's birthday, isn't it? So this isn't it is represented by this ne particle. So friends, these were the 14 particles of Japanese at very high level. There are many aspects other than the ones that I mentioned, but these are the main ones which every beginner should know and remember, so that the basics, the beginners level Japanese grammar is strengthened. So now let's look at the last and the 15th particle, which is the yo particle, which gives an indication of like if we say something and then we emphasize that statement using the phrase so that is the purpose for which this yo particle is used. So we will look into it in detail now. So what is yo particle? The yo particle is used at the end of a sentence to add nuance or tone to a sentence. That means it doesn't give any new meaning to the sentence, but it gives some emphasis on the statement which is just said. So yeah, it is used to give emphasis on the said sentence. It is an informal particle. So this particle is not used in formal communications or formal conversations. It is very, very informal, and it should not be used while conversing with seniors or elderly people or in formal or official situations. It can be used only in between friends or in very casual conversations. It is used to provide some new information to the listener. So the statement remains the same, but when it is used with in those cases where there is something new and exciting to be communicated. It may be used to oppose something. So excitement may be of two types. One is the optimistic one, and the other may be to oppose or to negate something. So both ways yo particle may be used. And then it may also be used to warn or bring something to the attention of the listener. So since the yo particle creates emphasis, so it can be used as a signal to warn something so that attention of the listener is obtained. So the listener listens to that sentence or gives priority to that sentence in which the yo particle is used. And yes, as we said in the beginning, it is used at the end of the sentence. So now let us look at some examples. So we will use a conversation, very interesting and easy conversation to bring out the meaning of the yo particle. So here is the conversation. The conversation is between two persons. We have not mentioned the name. You may assume it as Tanaka-san and our favorite Suzuki-san. 日曜日にどこへ行きましたか？友達の子供の誕生日のパーティーに行きました。パーティーはどこでしたか？友達の家は大きいから家にありました。ああ、そうですか。パーティーに田中部長もいましたか？はい、家族と一緒に来ましたよ。そうですか。So, this was the conversation. You must have understood most of it because all of these we have covered. The grammar that are included in this conversation, we have done all of these, and some we have done very recently, like this ishoni, then oki in the last lesson itself, then the use of kara as conjunction. So all these we have used very recently. So let's look at this conversation closely. Nichiyobi ni doko e ikimashita ka? Nichiyobi means Sunday, and doko e ikimashita ka means where did you go? So where did you go? This is not yesterday, this is Sunday. So I am sorry about that. Nichiyobi is Sunday. So where did you go Sunday on Sunday? Tomodachi no kodomo no tanjobi. Tomodachi no kodomo no tanjobi. So there are two no particles, in fact three no particles. Tomodachi no kodomo no tanjobi no party. So easy to identify like what it is being said. Tomodachi no kodomo means Tomodachi is friend. This is child. Tomodachi no kodomo. So friend's son. Tanjobi is birthday. Party is party. So friend's son's birthday party. So this is the birthday party of my friend's son. Tomodachi no kodomo no tanjobi no party ni ikimashita. That means I went to the birthday party of a friend's son. Party wa doko deshita ka? As we know, doko is used to represent or to ask a where question. So doko deshita ka means where did it happen? So party wa doko deshita ka? That means where was the party? Now the most important sentence. Tomodachi no uchi wa oki kara uchi ni arimashita. So here you can see the use of kara is basically to connect two sentences, and it is here is used as a conjunction and not a preposition to represent from. Tomodachi no uchi wa oki kara uchi ni arimashita. So uchi ni arimashita. So this is the main answer of this question. Where was the party? Uchi ni arimashita. It was at home. But why it was at home? That is answered in this first part. Tomodachi no uchi wa oki. That means friend's house is big. Tomodachi no uchi wa oki kara. So it is because the friend's house is big, so the party was held in the house itself. So they didn't book any other hall, birthday hall, or any ceremony hall, or any hotel or restaurant, nothing. Because the as since the house his house is very big, so the birthday party was held in the house itself. So my friend's house was big, so we had it at home. Tomodachi no uchi wa ookii kara uchi ni arimashita. Next is so desu ka. That means oh, I see. Party ni Tanaka buchou mo imashita ka? Tanaka buchou. Buchou means manager or the director, something like that. So the question is clear. Oh, I see. Manager Tanaka was at the party too. So the person is asking, was Tanaka-san also present in the party? Hai, kazoku to issho ni ikimashita yo. Yes, he came with his family, you know. So this is the thing where for which we have given this conversation. Kimashita yo. So now you see, if we didn't use this yo, then also the sentence would have been correct. Then the sentence would have been, Hai, kazoku to issho ni kimashita. So that will be a generic statement. Yes, he came with his family. The tone will be normal. Hai, kazoku to issho ni kimashita. But when we add yo particle at the end, it becomes Hai, kazoku to issho ni kimashita yo. So here there is some emphasis, and it loosely gives the meaning, yes, he came with his family, you know. That means there is some excitement in this expression. So the person who is answering, he is excited to tell the other person that yes, he came and he came with his family. So this is something important. So this is some important information that he wanted to provide, and that's why this yo particle is used And as I said, it is used only for informal situations. In formal situations, in this same conversation, yo will not be used. Rest everything will remain the same. So in that case, it will be, Hai, Kazuko to isho ni kimashita. He came with his family. So this means the yo particle is not mandatory in any conversation. This can be added to make an informal conversation more interesting and more uh, close. So since this conversation is between two friends, so it will increase the closeness between the two persons, their relations. It is informal relation, so there should be some kind of bonding, and the use of this yo particle increases that bonding. So that is the importance of this yo particle. So in literary sense, there is no importance, there is no significance. It doesn't convey anything extra literally, but in terms of emotions and emphasis, it plays a big role in making the conversation interesting and effective as well. So let's repeat one more time this conversation for practice, and you can also read it loud so that you have the practice of reading. Here we go. 日曜日にどこへ行きましたか？友達の子供の誕生日のパーティーに来ました。パーティーはどこでしたか？友達の家は大きいから家にありました。ああ、そうですか。パーティーに田中部長もいましたか？はい、家族と一緒に来ましたよ。そうですか。So now let's look at some other examples. So I should tell you that you need not be worried about the words that are used in these sentences because we have not done all these grammar. Like for example, amega futteru. So futteru we didn't do yet. So it's okay. So the main purpose is to highlight the difference between a normal sentence and a sentence using that uses the yo particle. So that is the intention here. So you need not worry about the actual sentences. Just look at the difference between the two sentences. Amega futteru. It's raining. Now if we use yo particle at the end, then it becomes amega futteru yo. Oh look, it's raining. So now there is some excitement added. There is some excitement added, and it's a new information that they didn't know that it was raining. So, oh look, it's raining. So suddenly they saw, and it's an excitement. It's a new thing for them. So that's why yo particle it makes the sentence exciting and interesting. Atsuyo, that's hot. So again, the same thing. So all of a sudden he realizes that it's hot. Atsuyo, that's hot. Keitai otoshimashita yo. Keitai otoshimashita yo. You dropped your cell phone. So this happened all of a sudden. So there was instant excitement or instant reaction. Keitai Keitai otoshimashita yo. You dropped your cell phone. Bangohan dekita yo. Dinner is ready. So now this the person who has cooked the dinner, she or he has cooked with all his heart, all her heart. So now he or she is inviting the family or informing the family that the dinner is ready. So she or she is excited or is very caring and loving. So that's why an emotion is added, and yo particle does that work of emotion. Bangohang de kitayo, dinner is ready. Mecha yokatta yo, it was really good. So mecha yokatta is really good. So as I said, you need not be worried about all these words and all these verbs and everything because we have not done all this. This is just to bring the impact of the yo particle in these sentences. So that is more important, just to give you an idea. Otherwise, we will do all of these in subsequent lessons down the line in this series. So soro soro nani ka tabeyo yo. Let's get something to eat. Soro soro nani ga Soro soro nani ka tabeyo yo. Onaka suita yo. I am hungry. So now again the same thing. These are all expressions. So I am hungry, to give more emphasis, we use the yo particle at the end. Otherwise it will be a bland statement. Kore karite mo ii desu ka? Can I borrow this? Ii desu yo. Sure. So this is to add some closeness with the person between whom this conversation is going on. So someone is asking, can I borrow this? So this friend is saying, sure, why not? So in that case, your particle will be used to make the conversation more close. Sukides. Sukides is used for both I like you and I love you. So this is one exception here. So when you are confessing your love to someone for the first time, you would probably leave the yo off. So you will not say suki desu yo, because adding yo to an already emotional statement may feel bit over, like what to say. It may feel like the other person may become conspicuous, or it may look obtrusive. That means something fishy is there. So it will be overreacting kind of, or overacting kind of thing, especially when you are not sure if your feelings are being welcomed by the other person or not. So this is the first time. So when you are proposing to someone for the first time, you will not use the yo particle after this, even though it emphasizes the sentence, but this is not the time when you should use the yo particle to overemphasize. It will become overemphasis, which should be avoided. But yo may be added while expressing love or affection in an already established relationship. That means when you are already in relationship with the other person, at that time you may use the yo particle. For example, in case the partner, the other person, is somehow having some doubts about his feelings and want to emphasize the fact that, oh, he really loves her. So to in that case, this yo particle may be used along with sukides. So this was just some extra information, and that's all for today. So yo particle, the basics we have provided, and with this all the 15 particles of Japanese language have been touched in this series so far, and there will be some more usages of several of those particles which we will learn down the line. So I hope this lesson has been useful to you. Do give your feedback and comments in the comment section of this, and keep watching other videos of this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Till we meet again, arigato gozaimasu, mataimashou.